Hi, I'm Ultraviolet. Welcome to Hi everyone, welcome to Strong Fire Tarot. My name is UV, short for Ultraviolet, the light that can see in the darkness. And today we're going to be doing a reading for Leo Collective. So you don't necessarily have to be a Leo sun sign to resonate with this reading. You just see how its magnetic push and pull may be affecting you. You always have to honor your own intuition. If the wisdom serves you, perfect. If it doesn't, leave it. Remember, I know nothing. I'm just here to do what I love, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I do. It's also a very strict journey, so we have to be ready to face our shadow sides. I'm making a lot of changes to my channel because all my videos, I'm redoing the Leo reading because I wasn't so happy with it. And I'm going to be making a lot of changes to my channel. I'm here testing the waters and correcting what I don't like as I go. And hopefully I get to create a channel that I'm really proud of and content with the results, right? But the journey is beautiful and I love your support, your positivity, the comments, the likes, the subscribes, the readings, all of it is just beautiful, and I'm happy to share this journey with you. So let's begin. If you want more information on my private readings, you can watch till the end, or you could go to the description box below. All the information is there. The vision I had for Leo is people who have wronged you, trying to make it right. So they're trying to do something nice for you. So in this case, it's your neighbors fixing the location where you put all the wood for the fireplace. So they organized it really nicely for you. And you're like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we tried doing something nice for you, you know, to make up for the wrongdoings. And you see that the wood is just catching on fire. And you're like, what's going on? Like, why is it on fire? So there's a little kid that just turns it off. And then they're like trying to explain to you why they behaved the way they behaved, even though it was really immature. And you're like, it's fine, but it's not people you want to connect with anymore because everything they do just catches on fire. And you're like, even if you're trying, because it doesn't come from a place of balance, it just creates chaos. So the wood starts catching on fire again, and then they get discouraged. They look really discouraged and they leave, you know, like there's nothing we could do, right? Like, so these people you're dealing with, in the end, I managed to turn off the fire, but whatever they tried to do for you ended up destroyed. So they made it worse than what it was before they even tried doing something nice for you. So there's people in your life that you're not feeling too much like any type of hatred towards them. You're just like not impressed with their behavior. And it's not people you want to associate with. And when they try to make it right, it's just sloppy. So they just can't be in your life. They don't fit with your capacities. You're capable of doing much more. You're capable of handling your own, you know, you don't need the help from nobody, even though like they meant well, they're just making it worse for you. So you're like, okay, these people are self-destructive. These people, they try to do something right, but they sabotage all the time and they're discouraged, and that negativity attracts more wrongs. And it's just because they're not spiritually awakened, and you can't really wake them up, so you just don't fit. You're not in the same world right now. So it's now I'm hearing in my head, some minds are better kept apart, by Fluent. I like that part, like like that. It's really good, but the whole song becomes a bit irritating. So they're irritated by the fact that there's nothing they could do to be in your good graces, you know. But you're not really like hating or wishing them any bad. You just don't want to associate. And you're like, it's fine, I forgive you, just leave me alone, please, and stop touching my shit. So there's people, it could be like past relationships, lovers, friendships, neighbors, parents, you know, that every time they try to do right by you, it doesn't come off well. It comes out all clumsy. They say the things all wrong, you know. So these people need to grow up. They're not spiritually mature yet. So love them from afar, right? Because right now you don't need more mess. You're you're handling your own, all is under control, you know. You don't need a fire in your house. You're like, please, just go. Okay, so I hope you hear me well. I just received the microphone because I had another phone before, and now I needed a C-plug microphone, so I was waiting for that. I got it now. I hope it's a good sound. So you see these people that are not ascended, like everything they touch, it catches on fire, right? This Adam here that refuses to talk to God and serve a higher power, You're like, what are they doing? And they're like, they're trying to do something nice for you. You're like, but why the fuck is it on fire? They're like, it's because they don't know how to offer goodness, because they don't have it for themselves. They don't know how to nurture the world or be nurturers, because they don't nurture themselves. So these people, because they don't have self-care, self-love, self-respect, you know, self-discipline, every time they try to connect with someone, it's chaos, it's destructive, you know. So these people are discouraged with themselves, you know, they feel unworthy. It's a bit sad, you know, because I saw them and they look like almost like, yeah, discouraged, the face of like, well, I'm sorry if I can't do anything right for you, like, and they leave all sad, you know, because they meant well, but you're like, I didn't ask for nothing, just go and love yourself. I'm seeing a lot of synchronicity, so you're really awakened. So you see like, okay, you have empathy and compassion, but you're like, you need Jesus in your cup, because if not, everything's gonna you're gonna be on this self-destructive path. And you've been there, and you're like, I get it, I empathize, but I'm not going back to that. So I don't want to surround myself with minds that are not aligned with where I'm at this point. You know how hard it is to stay on the righteous path. You know, you don't need to associate yourself with people that have no direction, that have no spirituality, that don't believe in nothing greater, you know. So they settle for an average life, or less than they deserve, and then they waste a whole life feeling unfulfilled, you know, and small, and yeah, poverty here, right? So they feel poor. It's like spiritual poverty and mental poverty, emotional poverty, and obviously what you're going to get is physical poverty. So you're here, they're chasing the money. And you as a spiritual person, you're like, wow, it comes to me, right? And you're just nurturing it. You're like, oh, nice, I got this now, and I got this now, and I got a nice floor, and I got a... So you're just in a very stable physical, even if it's not much, right? Just 4 pentacles, you're like, oh, I love this, and I love this, and I love this. Everything you're wearing, everything you have, your grass is green on this image, so you're just very thankful. And here, they might have more than you financially, because 6 pentacles and you have 4, but you have 7 here in total. So you have spiritual wealth. So because you're mentally rich, emotionally rich, spiritually rich, you know that it's only a matter of time before you receive 10, right? So they can sense that you're so rich, and they want to be a part of that, but they don't know how to manifest the way you do. You're like a magnet. It just comes to you, right? Every step you take, it becomes a coin. Everything you touch, it's like the Midas touch. Everything you think is great ideas. It's value. You're putting your energy into things that are value. But this is a lot of pentacles. So these people just put their energy on the 3D, right? What I have determines how I feel. When they get their paycheck, that's a happy day, right? Any other day, it's like, okay, but now I have to wait till the next paycheck. You're like, every day I'll appreciate what I have, and that's it. Ooh, yeah, it's your faith that they don't understand, and your truth. Yeah, your faith. You're a nice trotter, and I found out my name, 11 here, a divine trotter, like a unicorn type being, right? You're so weird. You're like, how do you feel so happier than us with less, but I'm threatened by something I can't see? Like, they don't understand why they feel like they have to be in your good graces, you know? Like, it doesn't show right now because God is manifesting it for you. You know, you have to, you know what you believe in, and you're focused on it. You're creating your visions here. 11, it's like 11, make a wish. Like, all your wishes are going to come true, and they sense it. And they're like, why if that person has less, I feel envious of them. They're envious of your spiritual richness. The fact that you know who you are, your truth, like you found yourself. You're like, I believe in this, and I'm going ahead with what I believe in. I'm creative, I'm passionate, I take action towards things that might seem out of this world for others. You have no fear. And them, they have fear. And I was watching Jim Carrey saying like, something like fear disguised as practicality, you know? So they're like, oh, the reason I didn't quit my job is because I have to keep paying my bills, right? But if you don't take that leap, you won't receive a life that's actually worth living, because you're disguising your fear as practicality. Here, you have no fear. You're like, I have 4 coins, nice. I got 1 coin, awesome. You know, like, no matter what you get, you detach yourself from the outcomes. You're enjoying the journey. There's 2 horses here. You're a happy trotter. And I found out my name because there was a name I was missing. So my name is Bianca, which is all the colors of the rainbow, right? the color spectrum, the white light. My mom is holy sun, so the white light comes from the sun, the rainbow. Then I have Paola, which is small, beautiful, God sent. Then I have Mitroti, which is like happy trotter, which is like the horse galloping, like tuk 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 tuk. And then I have Vega, which is the most important star after the sun. So my mom's more important than me for sure. And then I have Quintero, which is the 5th brightest star. Quintero is 5th, and it's the 5th brightest star in the sky. So 1111. So I know exactly who I am. So I'm a rainbow, beautiful, small, God-sent, galloping, happy trotting star, right? So I'm a unicorn for sure. And that's why I call myself ultraviolet, because at this point when I'm seeing in the darkness, I see people's colors, so I know what they're capable of. But if I see that they're self-sabotaging, I have to let you know. Like, and that's how I work my job here, and my job. That's how I can do this craft, because I can see beyond the visible spectrum. I know who I am, and this is people who found, like, they know their truth, they know what they believe in, and they're going forward full force towards the life of their vision. And they don't need much to feel like satisfied with life, because the journey is just beautiful. You found a good flow. So let's see here. Yeah, this is a message for people. Stop nurturing others if you're not nurturing your dreams, yourself, self-care, all of that, because you don't have enough energy to share. At this point, the more you try to do for others, the worse it's going to get, because God, it's like, you don't have to invest in others right now. I need you to fill yourself up. You have to be full to then be able to offer, because your cup runneth over. Now your cup is like, no, I need a bit more, right? Because your cup feels depleted, like a bit dry. You need to fill up the well, so then you could quench others' thirst. But because you're this people pleaser type energy, it's almost like the energy shifted here. Now you're the one trying to please others. So it depends who you are. If you're the divine person, your people are trying to, they put you on a pedestal. Like, they want to serve you, they want to do for you, they want to be your friends, they want to be in your life, you know, but they don't have much to offer, because they haven't given themselves the time to find out what they want to do with this life, what they want to create, what they want to be in this life. Who are they, right? So they don't take the time to self-discover. So they're depleted now, because they offered everything they did have to their surrounding, because they feel the need for others to validate them. And it's a bit sad, because these people in my dream that were trying to do something nice for me wanted me to say, like, oh, wow, thank you so much for doing that for me. Wow, it's organized, it's so nice. But it was catching on fire. So I was like, what's going on? Like, they didn't get the reaction they were expecting from me. So you make them feel worse. Your existence in their life is just making them feel worse about themselves, because they still haven't figured out their purpose, their truth. So start with your names, right? There's a reason why I mentioned my name, because your name says a lot. I have a friend, his name is Good Impact, you know, so he's here to make a good impact in this world, you know, and if he doesn't do that, he won't feel like he fulfilled his mission on earth. So you start with your name, whatever you know about yourself. My father made me memorize 10 names that I have. And today I'm like, oh, that's why he made me memorize it, because there's so much in my name. I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking unicorn. That's so cool. I found out recently, because I'm like, what the fuck is mitroti? Mi is the sound, do, re, mi, which is yellow, which is happy and will, right? So strong-willed. And troti, it's from trotto in Italian, and the trotare, it's trotting, like tuk, 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 tuk. So I'm like, wow, I'm really a horse. Like, that's so cool. And I've been putting the little unicorn next to ultraviolet since the beginning when I was doing this, without knowing what that name meant, because there's not much about my name. So start with your names, guys. Go find the meaning and figure out, like, okay, that's an identity that I have, right? Someone else I had recently, her name is like wisdom of war. So she gets her wisdom through war. And once you figure out, like, okay, that's why I carry this energy, right? It grounds you. Look, it's so dim. It's almost like you don't know who you are. This one's turning off. It's like you don't feel grounded, because you don't know, like, okay, what do I stand for? Why am I here? You know, and you have that question since we're born. We're like, why? Why do we exist? Why? The one thing we get is our names. So start with that. And then from there, take the time to observe your thinking patterns, what you believe in, the things you serve yourself and others, how much you're giving to others and how much you're giving to yourself. You know, a lot of self-reflection, it comes with this journey. Are you ready to face your demons, right? So this channel forces you to identify, okay, am I the karmic or am I the divine, right? And often it's like, fuck, I'm acting like the karmic. And it's like, okay, but at least now that I know, I could correct that behavior, right? So it's acknowledging that we have behaviors that are sabotaging our direction. And once we do it, it's like, okay, it's easier, the journey. It's like, okay, I'll fix this, I'll fix that. You'll always have to let go of behaviors and thought processing, thinking patterns that don't serve your highest good. And it's a constant, this, it never ends, you know, like you'll always find out like, okay, this doesn't work. You know, my YouTube channel, I'm not so happy with it, but it's the pursuit of happiness, this thing. Here you go. So 5, change, fear of change, fear of poverty, fear of abandonment, fear of being stuck, right, in a world that we don't evolve. Like there's a lot of fear here because 5, it's like you need to make those decisions, let go of certain things, people that don't fight the same war you do. You have a truth here. And here I have the 5 of Swords, like, I'm sorry, I had to take back your role in my life. You know, these people are sad because they wanted to be a part of your life, but you're like, sorry, we're just not fighting the same war here. You know, you have your own battles to conquer and they're not helping. They're making the war worse for you. So you're like, no, you're just creating more conflict and I don't need that right now. You know, so it's like, you need to find people who are on the same mindset here. 2 knights, right? It's like, you have a horse, I have a horse. Perfect. Okay, so you have something in common there. You can't really be around people who have like a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression, all of that, because that energy is just like an energy vampire. You see how he's cloaked, and they don't mean to be that, but because they fear change, it won't work until they face themselves in the mirror. Find out like, okay, it's because I'm still living in the past about things that didn't work out on my behalf, but I'm being ungrateful for the 2 cups. So in the end, I'm just an ungrateful person because I lost 3 out of 5. So the 2 are irrelevant now. They're not important. And that's how you're making God see you like, okay, but you still have 2 and you're complaining. So he's going to take them away. So this is like 2 cups, connections. He's going to affect you in your connections until you become grateful for your journey. But if you stay stuck on the past, on things that didn't work out, well, God is just going to keep making things not work out on your behalf. So change, again, 5. It's like you have to change. Look at yourself in the mirror and change. So this song from NF, I'm hearing like change. I love NF. It's like last year I felt suicidal. This year I might do something different, like talking to God, you know? So it's like, okay, your way of thinking doesn't serve. It doesn't work. So you have to switch it up, you know? So these people are waking up to like, maybe it's me the problem, you know? Because how come they have less, but they smile every day? And I have a bit more. And I can't seem to find happiness. I feel like I'm chasing money, and chasing money, it will never work. You have to do something you love so it doesn't feel like you're chasing it. You're just magnetizing it. It's the Empress here, the major arcana. You're not nurturing yourself, so God is not going to allow you to nurture others, so your connections are at risk. Now you're giving birth, and then you're depleted because you're overextending yourself. You see, when you're like supposed to become magical, or you're way too focused on the financial aspect of life, the material aspect of life, you know, like my car, my house, my retirement, my job, my like, okay, how about your sanity, your emotional well-being, you know, like how about those things that need you, you're nurturing too. You're just nurturing money here. So the rest is being disregarded. So God is like, okay, well, I'm disregarding you too if you feel unimportant in other aspects of yourself. So then he doesn't bless you. So he's going to make you struggle in this aspect. It's going to feel like fall, like you're losing more than you're gaining. Like, no, you need to nurture every aspect of yourself. The Swords, look, there's no cups. There's no emotion. So you're disregarding your emotions because you're like, I don't want to face that. I don't want to face that I'm sad. I don't want to face my depression. So you stay busy, you work hard. So you don't focus on the fact that I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with this life. That I'm fighting with my connections. That I'm not seeing the results that I want. I'm in the darkness, right? Your intuition is telling you like, no, there's change needed right now because your cups are empty. There's no cups. Look in reverse. Eight of Cups. You're not looking at your cups. You don't want to face that, but your intuition is begging you to do it. The High Priestess in you is like, listen, you need to connect to a source. You need to receive messages from the invisible so you figure out where you're going in life. Because right now you're just the wanderer. I'm the wanderer. I'm around, around, around. Yeah, I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. So commitment phobes here because you don't know who you are, so you don't know who you belong with, and it's just a mess. So High Priestess, you know better. You got to do better. Yeah, your status is stuck at a night, so you're chasing things that you don't even know what you're chasing at this point. Like you're chasing air. And it's like you're supposed to become an empress, so then you become a high priestess, so then you manifest beautiful things. But no, you're not paying attention to the right things. You're putting your focus on drama, conflict, gossip, depression, insecurities, fear, like all that the devil wants you to focus on. And because you don't focus on your spiritual, not focus on, but like honor your spiritual guidance from your higher self. It's because your higher self is going to tell you something's wrong with you, right? You need to change this, but then you feel insecure about it. Your emotions here are a mess. Emotional numbness almost. You're not grounded. You're just like going through life, trying to catch up with your life, and it's leading to nothing. So your emotions are just like temporary fixes. This is a dangerous way of life. Yeah, you need more prayer. You need more like healing. This is stay home. See how you're thinking, become aware of it, because a thought gives you a feeling, that gives you an action, that gives you a result. So if you don't become aware of how you think, forget it. Your life is going to be a mess because you need to become aware of every single thought you get to go like, no, those thoughts don't serve, go away. You know, this thought, you see, look at every thought like this, like, this thought is not getting me anywhere. This thought is a nice thought. I feel good about it. This thought makes me feel bad, so I need to stop thinking about that. So I need to complement it with 10 positive thoughts, you know, so your thoughts. Here it's like your thinking pattern is bringing negative emotions, so do something about it. Your intuition is telling you, yeah, you're going to have to do something about it. If not, you're going to miss out on your divinity. 11. And Empress, it's like it's almost like you did things backwards a bit. It's like you had children before you were strong enough to raise them, right? So now you have to play a role, and you're losing yourself in that role because you're like, I gotta be strong for them, you know, but you're not taking the time to become strong for them. You're just acting strong for them, and that they can sense it. Intuition, they can sense what's fake and what's real. You truly have to take the time to do the work and stop entertaining these people that refuse to change their mentalities. They're self-sabotaging. They're self-destructive patterns. So now what? Wait, death. Yeah, you have to end a lot of things here because you're a bit late here. It's like, no, you don't belong there. You shouldn't live there. You shouldn't be with that person. You should, and you know it because your intuition is up right here. So it's like, I know I got to change this. I have to stop dealing with inconsistent people that are scared of commitment. You know, like I have to stop focusing too much on money and focus more on myself and nurturing myself so I could honor my intuition and go where I belong over the mountains, you know, so believe in my capacities, my gifts, my talents, my skills, you know, and know that I can't settle for less than what I deserve because you're settling for making ends meet here, and that's not a comfortable life. Death, right? So you need to transform and be patient. It's like, I want it now, almost entitlement. This, it's like, I want the car now. It's like once you see something you like, you're like, I need it now. I want it now. And if you don't get it, you get sad. So that's Buddha. It's the desire. You have to get rid of your desire because that's like life is dukkha. And he says life is dukkha because when you desire something, it means you don't have it. So you don't feel good because you don't have it. And once you get it, you get a little high, but then you want something else that you don't have. So you go back to feeling bad because you don't have it. So the desires are bringing you constant suffering. Detach from the outcomes, appreciate what you have, work with the tools you do have. You're like, okay, look, I overcame a lot now since the beginning of my life, and I'm already more advanced than where I was when I was born, right? You were born with nothing, so your clothes is a blessing. It's extra, bonus. I've transformed so much till today. So I still have work to do on myself, and this is going to be the whole journey. So I accepted that, and I'm going to be open to it without fear. Stop with the fear, controlling your whole life. Pour into yourself. Look at the cups that I told you there's none. Like, okay, she's not pouring to nobody else, huh? She's like, okay, I gotta have to pour to myself, because at this point, I don't even know how to fly anymore. Look at her wings. They're like, she's losing feathers. Okay. Yeah, this is the moon and the lovers. If your focus is just on romance and romance and romance and where's my boyfriend and when am I going to attract a girlfriend and this, a boyfriend and a girlfriend and a boyfriend and a girlfriend and then I'm in love on Tinder, and your whole focus is on finding a partner in this life, when God is like, pour into yourself so you have something to offer that partner that truly deserves you, because in this world, they don't deserve you. They're inconsistent. They're unstable. They have nothing to offer. So even if they try to offer you something, it's going to catch on fire. So you're going to have to do the work before you manifest this. But this is your whole focus. This is small-minded. This is not divine. In the divine journey, we know that the right people come in the right time. So there's a vision that I had where you had to go somewhere. That's your destiny. But you saw a bus coming and you were on your way there with a person, your partner. And you're like, hurry up, we have to catch it. And you weren't sure what bus to take. And you got into the bus because you saw that it was about to leave. And inside the bus, you're like, do you guys go? Like, here, he's already driving. You're like, do you get to this? And he's like, where are you going? Yeah, we get there. But the other person missed the bus. And you're like, fuck, now what do I do? Like, he missed the bus, whatever. You had to separate for a while. And then he caught up with you with a different bus, the 52 instead of the 51. And it both led to the same destination. No matter what bus they could have taken, the 50, the 51, the 52, they all led to the same destination with a different route. So if that's your destiny, they're going to get there no matter what. You have to trust that. You have to have divine trust that everything happens in divine time with the divine people and everything's divine, because I became truly divine, because I took the time to become a powerful, creative force that loves every inch of myself, because I corrected the parts of myself I don't like and I killed it. And I'm like, no, I don't like that part of myself. And then you became the strong, like you're exemplary, and now you can raise a family comfortably, righteously, because you're proud of who you are, and they're gonna mimic that. Monkey see, monkey do, right? But don't fake it, because this is almost faking it. But children sense that. You see the children here? They sense death. They're like scared. You're like, no, you're saying that you changed, but I feel like you haven't. Stop it. Like, and it's a baby. The baby knows. So if there's no baby in this situation, it's your inner child that knows that, like, no, that's not what makes you happy. Why are you there? You know, so honor that. And then the wheel of fortune is going to turn on your behalf. But you have to do work here, for sure. Whoever's watching. If you want to be happy, there's a lot of forward movement to be done. And kill your ego and stop focusing so much on materialistic things to dictate your feelings of the day. You're not grounded. So you don't feel secure, stable, all of that. Like, no, like you're alive, good. The rest is a detail. Like if you're in a 1.5 or like a 1-bedroom apartment, I don't know how you guys call it over there, you'll deal with that and be grateful for that. Stop controlling the outcomes and dance with it. Got the wax here. It got dirty. Like, what are you feeding yourselves? What are you giving to yourself? How are you treating yourselves? Or your connections, they feel icky. Your connections are icky. These people are icky. They're always drama. It's like, ugh, like I got no time for this. I'm sorry. I know you mean well, but you bring a lot of chaos. Like, can you please stop touching my things? Like, they're icky. It's almost like they painted your house, but like they left the paint everywhere. You're like, oh, now I have to redo it. Thank you. You know, you don't want to hurt their feelings. But these people cannot do anything right. Not right now, because they don't do right by themselves. Okay? So good luck, Leo, whoever's dealing with this. Thank you so much for watching. If you want a private reading with me, I just did tarot. Okay, well, let me just get a star seed. Just noticed I just used one deck and I got 2 new decks I wanted to use, but it was pretty straightforward. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. So change your fear with love. So every time you fear quitting your job, let's say, well, love the fact that you're not going to work there anymore. So wherever I'm going, it's better than here for sure. So bye, you know, so love your decisions, comfortable or not. You trust. Your trust, because the high priestess is trust in the divine, and it's like, nah, they always got my back. Mother Earth and Father Universe, they always got my back. My angels, all of them, like I got nothing to worry about. So change your fear with love. Create inner alchemy, because inside it's a mess. So the outside, it's a reflection. no fruition there. You have to free yourself. The horse is freedom. False freedom, also sometimes false hope. So follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. A lot of love and free yourself, and you have to grow up, right? So if you're not growing, you're dying. So go where you're growing. Honor that. Don't be scared of change or fear the outcomes. Just be grateful for everything that you do have right now. That's it. Be now. The rest is an illusion. You don't care. It's fine. Whatever. Don't give it too much emotions. You're giving emotions to the wrong things or things from the past that don't exist anymore. We waste a lot of time crying over wasted time. Like, okay, it's wasted. Good. No problem. Like, it's done. Why waste more time? So private readings. During my readings, I do a little ritual to activate your chakras so you become more receptive. Then I receive your energy. I interpret it. I get rid of my own. I give you a general reading. Then you can ask me specific questions. The whole process is supposed to feel very enlightening, clarifying. You're supposed to leave feeling optimistic. So people come back weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever, how many times they need to stay focused, you know, because this journey, we're constantly pulled back into old patterns, temptation, all of that. So we need to remind ourselves daily who we are, where we're going, why we're doing it, you know. And it's always good to have a mentor on this journey, because not a lot of people love to talk about spirituality or betterment, you know, because when you talk about bettering yourself, it means that they're not doing it. So you're just triggering something in them, right? So it's not personal when they don't like it. You could go to my Facebook page, and I have my WhatsApp link there. We do it through video call. If you don't have Facebook, you could email me, strongfiretarot@gmail.com, saying I would like to book a private reading. You don't need to tell me nothing about your situation. Right now, my price is $25 for an hour. And after the reading, if you want to leave me a donation, you know how much it was worth to you. My prices will vary. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with this gift, this channel, everything. So far, like, I've learned a lot, but I'm not satisfied with my repetition of the word right. So, the look of it, the lighting, the quality. So also me, I have to look at myself and go like, okay, I don't like this, I like that, and so I can improve. So I'm happy that you guys are giving me the space to do that. I'm grateful. Thank you. Have yourself a good day and night wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Bye.